Okay. So good evening again, and welcome to a session for index volatile vaccine video explanation. So usually whenever one of our strategy completes 1 month, एक महीना अगर हो जाता है मार्केट प्लेस में कोई भी हमारी स्ट्रेटेजी का, so we create an explanation video. Why we create an explanation video? Because जितने ज्यादा यूजर्स यूज करते हैं एक स्ट्रेटेजी को, ओके, सो यूजर्स दे डोंट नो अस, वी डोंट नो द यूजर्स, the only at a trust level the things are getting deployed, means the capital people are deploying their capital edge per a trust basis. Okay, so to give more strength to that trust, ये जो ट्रस्ट होता है ये ट्रस्ट को और भी ज्यादा स्ट्रेंथ करने के लिए, सो आई क्रिएट स्ट्रेटेजी एक्सप्लेनेशन वीडियो. इन एनी स्ट्रेटेजी एक्सप्लेनेशन वीडियो आई एक्सप्लेन हाउ द स्ट्रेटेजी वर्क्स. स्ट्रेटेजी का जो बेसिक लेवल ऑफ लॉजिक होता है, किस लॉजिक पे स्ट्रेटेजी काम करता है, व्हाट इज एक्सपेक्टेड, व्हाट यू कैन नॉट एक्सपेक्ट फ्रॉम दिस स्ट्रेटेजी, व्हाट इज द फेवरेबल मार्केट, व्हाट इज अनफेवरेबल मार्केट ऑफ द स्ट्रेटेजी, ये सारा कुछ मैं डिस्कशन करता हूँ ये एक्सप्लेनेशन वीडियो में. ओके, एंड दिस वीडियो आई टैग टू स्ट्रेटेजी पेज, तो आगे चल के कोई भी स्ट्रेटेजी सब्सक्राइब करने के लिए आता है तो डेफिनेटली he look at the video to understand how the strategy works. So index volatile vaccine strategy started in the month of March mid, and since then it is going pretty well with a very low drawdown, which is 4%, but it has already generated in 4 months, it has already generated close to 30% gross ROI, which is a commendable thing. Okay, the deployments in index volatile vaccine, live deployments also crossed 200 live deployments. So many people are liking the strategy. So that is where I thought, okay, let's discuss about index volatile vaccine. Okay. In our last session also, I have little bit covered about index volatile vaccine, how it works. So today we'll cover in detail. So what and all we will cover today? Theme of index volatile vaccine strategy. So theme means while designing any kind of strategy, first of all, we are very clear what our strategy is going to do. अपने दिमाग में पूरा क्लैरिटी रखना पड़ता है कि ये स्ट्रेटेजी अपन को चाहिए क्यों. ऐसा नहीं कि कुछ भी, क्योंकि वी ऑलवेज ट्रेड इन पोर्टफोलियो ऑफ द स्ट्रेटेजी, कपल ऑफ स्ट्रेटेजी को मिक्स करके हम यूज करते हैं, सो दैट they will help each other. मतलब portfolio most of the time green रहना चाहिए. Okay, so on that point, why the index volatile vaccine strategy has been created, theme of the strategy I'll discuss. So let's start with the first point itself. Okay, so we had a very good strategy with market star index premium meter, which is ruling the tractor marketplace since last 2021 August. Since then, the index premium meter became number one and continuing to hold that position. So index premium meter, why index? Index means Nifty as well as Bank Nifty, two leading index of Indian stock market. So the particular strategy trades in Nifty and Bank Nifty both. We call that strategy as index strategy, not Nifty strategy, not Bank Nifty strategy. It is index strategy. So from the name standpoint, from the name, you can easily guess, like index premium meter, index volatile vaccine also will trade in Nifty and Bank Nifty both. Why? Because the tag is very clear. It is index volatile vaccine. Now coming to volatile vaccine. अब ये जो strategy जब start हुआ, the volatility was at peak. You know, in February and March, because of the war situation with Russia and Ukraine war, the volatility was at peak. So the main intention of the strategy, and there what I saw, index premium meter which operates with option price, that was not that fruitful in those kind of volatility. Okay, so that is why we wanted a strategy which will not operate on price, it will focus on indicators. Okay, so see how the thought process goes on while creating a strategy. Okay, So what I understood, it will work on Nifty and Bank Nifty both. Not only index price, it will work with index indicators, okay, option indicators. So with small spikes, the strategy will not exit. With small spike or small volatility, the strategy will not exit. The strategy, we will do the adjustment on 2 time frames, 5-minute time frame and 15-minute time frame. There are 2 time frames I use on our indicators. Okay, not also a single indicator. Single indicator में तो थोड़ा सा कुछ manipulation हो भी सकता है. So there are total 3 indicators which is used, and all those 3 indicators used in 2 time frames, 5-minute time frame and 15-minute time frame. Okay, so there are multi level of confirmation. अगर पूरा confirmation, आप लोगों ने बहुत बार complain भी किया रहेगा in the group, many people complains also, the premiums are being unbalanced or the leg wise loss is increasing, still the strategy is not exiting the position. So there are a lot of complaints, but this is, in this strategy there is no fixed leg wise stop loss. It is completely indicator based. अगर strategy को अगर लगेगा कि direction मिल रहा है, sometimes, okay, so before coming to this point, let's little bit go 2 steps behind. Okay, how the strategy has been evolved. First of all, we'll discuss that, and then we will come to the core of the strategy, how the strategy works. Okay, so the first point is the strategy will work on index, means Nifty and Bank Nifty both. The strategy should handle somehow, the strategy should able to handle the volatility, means up move and down move, okay, to the max possible way. Anyway, very big spikes means no strategy will be able to handle, okay, but at the max possible way, the strategy should handle the volatility. So since the strategy will handle the volatility, so the strategy name is volatile vaccine. Clear? काफी सॉर्टेड है, ठीक है, क्योंकि हमारे थीम के हिसाब से नाम भी मैच करना चाहिए, ठीक है. स्ट्रेटेजी इंडेक्स में काम करेगा, वोलेटिलिटी को सर्वाइव करेगा, तो स्ट्रेटेजी का नाम इंडेक्स वोलेटाइल वैक्सीन बन जाएगा. ओके, नाउ आई विल टेल लिटिल बिट कोर लॉजिक. ओके, so as I told, IP was already there and we have started IVV. Okay, why? Because with the volatility during the war situation, IP was it is not like IP was completely failing, but there are many times where we saw, अरे यार IP बेकार में naked हो गया. All of you know, right? Whenever option prices move up, so IP cuts that leg. So after the volatility, when market will reverse, at that time, since IP already got naked, so it will not get the benefit of the premium erosion. Okay, there are sometimes that works in favor of IP also, that market momentum वाला market था, तो अच्छा हुआ IP ने अच्छे से naked हो गया and it gave the target. Okay, that is plus, means plus and minus means they will, IP जहां पे मुझे लग रहा था कि if IP would not have gone naked, then it would have given benefit. Okay, so that logic I have implemented. See, in one strategy we have some limitation. We cannot add all the logics there. It will be kind of raita, khichdi ban jayega strategy. Okay, so instead of touching IP, I started creating IVV. Okay, so IVV will handle little bit, means not only small reversal, it will not exit, it will hold the position, and on the multiple time frames, multiple indicators confirmation, then only IVV will exit. Now there was one more limitation in IP. So in IP we book the profit at 2,500, and similarly we book the loss at 2,500. Sometimes what happens, if the premium spikes a lot, then IP 2,500 stop loss gets hit within 10-15 minutes also after starting of the market. Okay, so in this case there is no a small stop loss like 22,500 in IVV. So IVV will survive till 5,500 total per day loss. Not, so there is no profit booking system, there is no loss booking system. Okay, there is one universal stop loss for the day, which is 5,500 per day. So unlike of IP, IVV can handle initial volatility also little bit higher extent. Like the volatility last Thursday, it was too much. Okay, so regardless of that thing, that also I'll tell that solution also we have made. Okay, so initial stop loss up to very small stop loss what IP had 2,500. Sometimes that stop loss works in favor of IP also कि अच्छा हुआ छोटे stop loss में निकल गया और फिर and when the market became stabilized then IP will re-enter and gets good amount of profit. Okay, unlike that समटाइम्स क्या होता है कि नहीं निकलना चाहिए था, अगर रुक जाता तो प्रीमियम मार्केट रिवर्स हो गया, प्रीमियम इरोजन मिल गया. सो आईवीबी परफेक्टली कंप्लीमेंट्स आईपी. व्हाई? Because it will not exit at 2,500 stop loss like IP. It will hold the position little bit extra time. By the time if market will reverse, then IP will get the benefit. Okay, and if it will not reverse, then anyway IP got naked, so IP will get benefit. IVV will try to adjust or cut down the loss where IP will give the profit. Okay, so the basic purpose why I am comparing IP and IVV together in the second point, my job was not to eliminate IP and to prove IVV is a better strategy. The intention of creation of the IVV strategy is not to eliminate IP. It is to complement IP, and together IP and IVV can give even more balance to the portfolio. That was the primary reason of creation of IVV. It is not improvised version of IP. It is a complemented version of IVV. Okay. So anyway, with all those logics, IVV created. Now coming to the core logic of the IVV, how IVV works. Okay. The strategy, IVV strategy starts at 9:18 a.m. on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. Whereas on Monday and Friday, the strategy delays a bit because Monday and Friday, anyway, as per our experimental data, backtested data, we saw Monday and Friday initially we hardly get any good erosion. Better to wait for some time, and then the strategy enters at 9:24. How the strategy enters? The strategy enters a pair of Nifty and Bank Nifty like IP, ATM straddle. Okay. And as per the indicator setup. So as I told 5 minutes before, we have total 3 indicators used in multiple time frame, 5 minutes and 15 minutes time frame. Okay. So the way we are using the indicators, the purpose of the indicators are to define the directions. Okay. If the indicators have clear cut positive direction, means market ऊपर जाने वाला है बोल के हमारा setup बोल रहा है. So when our strategy index volatile vaccine starts with a pair of put and call, अगर market ऊपर जाने का clear cut signal मिल रहा है, then what our strategy will do? Our strategy will cut the call position, will hold the put position only. Similarly, whenever the strategy defines a clear cut signal that market is about to fall or market can fall even more, it will cut down the put position and it will hold the call position naked. Now, till what time it can hold the position? As soon as our indicator setup is seeing a reversal is possible. A reversal is possible. Basically, we have different set of indicators when the strategy goes naked. We have different set of indicators when the strategy goes naked. So that setup basically we use as a trailing stop loss. That the different set of indicators we use as trailing stop loss because we are holding only naked position. Okay. So as soon as the strategy goes naked or directional, we have our set of indicators which act as trailing stop loss, and whenever our trailing stop loss hit, whenever we get a closing of the candle in shorter time frame, which closes above our indicators to define a clear-cut reversal, then we close that naked position, and whatever is the spot price at that time, the strategy regenerates the pair, put and call pair, and it goes on like that. And it goes on like that till what time? Till 2:45 p.m. every day. So every day the strategy exits at 2:45 p.m. Within 2:45 p.m., while the strategy does like this, starts with pair, then goes naked if direction found, then if reversal found, the cut down, the naked leg will exit, and again a new pair will come. So this process in a loop, this process goes on from 9:18 or 9:24 till 2:45 p.m. every day. Okay. Within this time, by doing this process, sometimes our losses increases. Sometimes the way the strategy has been designed, it doesn't work in our way. So in that case, the maximum per day loss can be 5,500, which is close to 1.6 or 1.7% around as per the strategy capital. The capital required in the strategy is 3,10,000. So on that maximum in a day, a person per 1x, he or she can use, he or she can lose 5,500 rupees per x. Okay. After certain period, since I told the strategy does not have any kind of exit criteria, means profit booking criteria. मतलब कितना भी प्रॉफिट हो सकता है इसमें 10,000 12,000 प्रॉफिट भी मैंने देखा हुआ है. ओके, सो कितना भी प्रॉफिट हो सकता है. इट विल नॉट बुक. व्हाट इट विल डू, इट विल ट्रेल द प्रॉफिट. इट विल trail after having certain amount of profit. It will, the trailing stop loss, the stop loss what was 5,500 rupees initially, after a certain level of profit, that stop loss becomes zero. Means after that, when if the strategy will reverse, if the profit adequate amount of profit is going down, then the strategy will exit the position for the day, and there is only one counter. So that will be the end of the strategy. That will be the end of the strategy for that particular day. Okay. So this is how the strategy works throughout the day. Now, since 3-4 months, the strategy was running perfectly fine. Even now also it is running fine. But recently we did one upgrade in index premium meter and index alone survivor. What was the upgrade? If market is trending, if the market is trending, then what we were doing, we don't what do we say? We don't enter. Whenever market is trending, we don't enter, re-enter the position. I told you, right? Whenever market is trending, it goes naked, and whenever market will reverse, then it will book the position and again re-enter the pair. So that re-enter the pair wala logic. So that sometimes in index premium meter and index alone survivor, they pause the strategy. They don't re-enter unless they are seeing a clear-cut reversal or market is cooling down. Like I will show you Thursday counter. So Thursday, if anyone is using IVV means IVV our strategy, so on Saturday they would have seen, right? On sorry, not Saturday, on Thursday, last Thursday it hit complete stop loss, right? So last Thursday means it was 139, I guess. So wait, yeah, this was the counter. So strategy, okay. So this was index volatile vaccine. Let's show you in 1x. Okay. So this is IIFL where the loss was less. Okay. This was the 2nd August, which was the expiry, I think. Correct. No, sorry, 4th August was the expiry. Hold on. 3rd August. Okay, 4th August, sorry. So I'll go to some other broker where I have already used composite edge. Okay. So here if you'll see index volatile vaccine, yeah, here it is. So index volatile vaccine, if you'll see, yes. So what is that? Yes. So here is the index volatile vaccine counter. It hits 5,500 complete stop loss. I was using in 10x. So total loss was 54,000. Okay. Why? I'll tell you. So edge per our logic discussion, whatever we have discussed. So the strategy started at 9:18. Okay. So at 10:13, sorry, at 10:12:08, the market started moving deep down. Okay, so it entered at 1:33 and at 10:12:08 a.m. the strategy exited. Okay, the strategy exited, but it was naked. Okay, it was naked, and finally at 10:12:13 a.m. the naked position also exited. Okay, the naked position also exited. So if you see, there are no much loss. Okay, similarly in Nifty also, 17,450. If you see, so in Nifty also, the loss making leg exited at 11:16 a.m. Okay, the loss making put leg, because market was going down, and the profit making leg exited at 11:25:33 a.m. Okay, so what I mean to say, if we closely look at these four legs, so we have lost around 2,500 here and some 1,800. So total 4,300 on 10x. So 430 rupees was the loss in these four legs. Okay, so the downfall have been properly managed till now. Okay, only 430 rupees was the per X loss. Now what happened? The market was fully trending and the strategy didn't wait and re-enter immediately. Okay, if you see, the strategy exited at 10:12:13 a.m. and the strategy re-entered immediately once the Bank Nifty pair exited. The strategy re-entered immediately at 10:30, sorry, 10:12:15 seconds again. Okay, so what happened because of the re-entry? If you see here, the market was purely trend means reversing at that time. So what happened in that case? The 38,000 call, so it has given a very good amount of loss. It has given a very good amount of loss. If you see this pair, 38,000 pair, which entered at 10:12 a.m. because of quick reversal, what happened? 7,700 and 600. So a very good amount of uneven loss we received. What was the reason of this loss? The reason of the loss was market was in a very reactive mode. Market was in very reactive mode and our strategy didn't wait for this. Unlike this, if you see index premium meter, how it managed the position on Thursday. So it has exited at 10:43 around because the market was trending. It was holding the call, which got exited at 11:31. Okay, so after 11:31, it waited, and then around 12:20, around at 12:20, when the reactiveness of the market cools down. Okay, when the market was the way it was reacting, so that became cool down, then only IP re-entered and finally it booked a very good amount of profit. Okay, so we have certain parameters to define the market is reactive in nature or market is cool down in nature. Okay, so the same couple of users have demanded in our group that why don't you use the similar kind of weight kind of logic in index volatile vaccine also. Okay, so anyway, it handled the position very well. Only 430 loss was there. So if it would have waited and re-entered, then definitely it could have got a very good amount of profit. So same thing. So same thing we have tried and tested. Okay, if you see, so this is the counter, 4th August counter again, after the fix, the 4th August counter after the fix. So what you can see here, to similarly 9:19 a.m. it entered and 11:25 it exited. The pair has been exited at 11:25. Okay, 9:19 to 10:26 itself, the put has exited and the call was running till 11:25, and at 11:25 even the call was exited. If you can see, beautifully handled, the pair has given profit after all the volatility also. Now after 11:25, if you can see, the strategy weighted like index prima meter from 11:25 to 12:15, and at 12:15 it understood, okay, the strategy, the market is now cooled down. So what happened, it will re-enter at that time until 2:45. Nothing happened after that. Market was completely in the range and it got a very good amount of profit in this particular day. Okay, so instead of 5,000 loss, after the fix it has got around 6,300 profit instead of loss. So similar logic, since it is tested and verified, so now this particular logic is available along with IAS and IP. Now that particular logic is available in IVV also. In IVV also, if market is very reactive in nature, after exiting the pair, it will not re-enter immediately. It will wait couple of minutes to verify market has been cooled off, and then only the new pair will be entered, and the same thing goes on till market exit. Okay, so this is how it is. And if you can see the starts of the strategy, the starts of the strategy is very good. Okay, so the number of trades are also within 10 to 12 trades per day, which is cost friendly. Okay, and then you can see the win rate is very good. So any strategy, option selling strategy, which has back tested or live tested, testing result is more than 70%, means at least we can expect more than 65% result, means 8 to 10%. If you deduct also, then also you will get very good amount of win percentage. Win percentage always helps users to stick to the strategy. Okay, average monthly return also 8.4%. Okay, so these data are mix of live and back tested data. The strategy started in the month of March mid. Okay, so before March mid, whatever the data we had, that was back tested data, and after March mid to till date, that was live data. So whatever starts you are seeing here, that is mix of back tested data and live data. The way the strategy was behaving during our back testing days, it has been March mid to April, May, June, July, almost 5 months. So the strategy is behaving expected as per the backtest expectation. The strategy is behaving in the same way in the live market scenarios also. Okay, 8.5% average ROI. Then you can see other data also. The drawdown is another highlighting point. 4.3% was our backtesting drawdown of last more than I think 18 months backtested data. If you can see, it has been 5 months now. Market is lot of volatility we have seen already. Still, the drawdown is around 4% in the live market scenario also. So that is why I'm saying the strategy is behaving in the same way like backtesting. In the similar way, it is performing in the live market scenarios also. Okay, so this is all about index volatile vaccine. So recently we have launched index volatile vaccine positional. Again, there is a motive of designing this strategy. Since last few months, we are seeing lot of erosions are happening during night time. During night time, lot of erosions are happening. Premium erosion is happening. Okay, so to capture that overnight erosion, the main purpose of index volatile vaccine positional came. Okay, so index volatile vaccine, actually we have combined two strategies. One is just now I have discussed index volatile vaccine. Okay, so the entire logic we have copied in index volatile vaccine positional, copy of index volatile vaccine, same, exactly ditto, same to same. Okay, so same to same index volatile vaccine strategy we have entered, just one difference. Instead of 9:18, this index volatile vaccine positional will start at 9:19 a.m. 9:19 a.m. the strategy will start after 1 minute of index volatile vaccine. Similarly, at the time of exit also, instead of 2:45 p.m., it will exit at 2:55 p.m. after 10 minutes of index volatile vaccine. Why? It is, see, copy means there is no reason of deploying index volatile vaccine then. Okay, so that is why the main motive of creating index volatile vaccine positional was two reasons. One was to capture the overnight erosion. The second reason was to make it little bit aggressive, to make the strategy little bit aggressive compared to index volatile vaccine. Index volatile vaccine is a very safe strategy. Index volatile vaccine positional is, compared to IVV, it is aggressive strategy. So I have tried to make it little bit more aggressive. Why? So that is the way, instead of 2:45, we are holding even 10 minutes more till 2:55 p.m. Okay. Unlike a max loss 5,500 in IVV, as I told, this strategy is extra aggressive than compared to IVV. So the maximum loss here, it is possible per day is 7,500. 7,500 is the maximum loss possible in index volatile vaccine strategy. Okay. Unlike TSL feature in IVV, so there are many times I have seen market gets reversed and TSL gets hit very early in IVV. So which works in our favor sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't work in our favor. We think if the market would have survived by somehow, then the profit would have more. So as I told again, the strategy is a little bit more aggressive. So the maximum day stop loss is 7,500 and there is no trailing stop loss. The strategy will try to, the way we run the flow, pair, then naked, then re-enter, pair, naked, re-enter, pair, naked, re-enter. So this flow will go on till 7,500 maximum loss in a day. Okay. So now it is till here, it is completely same as index volatile vaccine. Now the positional part is the strategy which exits at 2:55 p.m. now takes new entry at 3:05 p.m. after 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, the strategy will re-enter at 3:05 p.m. Okay, and it will exit tomorrow morning, means next day morning, 9:16 a.m. What does it mean? In a full cycle of the strategy, it takes two counter. One is intraday counter, which starts at 9:19 a.m. and closes at 2:50 p.m., 2:55 p.m. And then second counter is normal positions. Intraday position was MIS position. Now normal position it takes at 3:05 p.m. and it ends at 9:16 a.m. Now the question comes to our mind, it is perfectly fine if you are trying to capture the overnight erosion. But when you try to capture something profit, without risk, no profit comes, right? So overnight risk also there. What if in the next day, market will huge gap up or huge gap down? We are holding short position most of the time. Out of 5 days, 4 days will be holding short positions. Okay. So what if, how you minimize the risk? We have seen lot of gap ups and gap down during the war position in the month of February and March and April. Okay. So how you minimize the risk in positional part, in the overnight part. So this is how we minimize the risk. So there are 5 days, Monday to Friday, there are 5 days. So out of 5 days, strategy, instead of going short straddle, the strategy goes long straddle, long in the money straddle, in fact. So in the money, there is hardly any premium erosion we see from Thursday to Friday, because Friday is the first day of the expiry. So usually overnight decay is less from Thursday to Friday, usually. Okay. Most of the bigger gap up and gap down also comes on Friday. Most of the bigger gap ups and gap down comes on Friday. Okay. So that is why on every expiry day, it carries expiry day night, it carries overnight position as long straddle, that too in the money long straddle, where erosion chances are even less. Okay. So if next day market premium will go up, the in the money premium will go up, then definitely we will get benefited. Even if it will be huge gap up or gap down, since we are long, so no need to worry at all. No need to worry at all, because we are handling OTM. So Thursday overnight risk is almost kind of zero. Okay. Coming to Friday and Wednesday. So Friday overnight, it carries OTM hedges. Friday overnight, it carries OTM hedges. Like if I'll show you my current positions of index overnight, of volatile vaccine positional strategy. Yeah, this is index volatile vaccine positional. Okay. Index volatile vaccine positional live entered. Okay. So here, if I'll show you, along with Nifty pair short and Bank Nifty pair short, it is also carrying Bank Nifty pair long, and this long is not too far. This long is not too far. This is just 900 points away. This is just 900 points away from our OTM pair. Okay, from our straddle. Okay, so that gives perfect kind of support. So if on Monday there will be 2-3%, because you never know what will happen in Saturday and Sunday, right? On Saturday and Sunday, what will happen, nobody knows. So on Saturday, so there is an adequate amount of risk involved whenever you are having overnight positions during the weekend time. Okay. So Monday, whatever it will happen, if it will be, so the risk is pretty defined. So if it will be bigger kind of moderate gap up or gap down, it will handle, because our supports will give us profit. Our supports will give us profit. Okay. So similarly, on Wednesday also it will hold the hedge. Why on Wednesday also it will add OTM hedge? Because on Wednesday we have very less premium in our short straddle. So on Thursday, if it will be 1% to 2% or even more gap up or gap down, our short straddle one leg will not compensate the loss of another leg. So in that case, OTM hedges are the only way to safeguard our short position. Okay. So though we will lose sometime around 8 out of 10 times, we will lose some premiums in our OTM hedge position, but the 2 time it will give you good amount of support to our short position. That profit of OTM hedges will cover the 8 days loss. That's what I understood from the backtesting scenarios. Okay. 8 out of 10 times the OTM hedges will give loss, but the 2 times where the OTM hedges will give profit because of gap ups and gap down. So in those days, it will cover those 8 days loss. Okay. And along with the OTM hedges, our drawdown gets controlled. Our drawdown gets controlled. Okay. Still, as I told, this volatile vaccine position strategy is moderate risk strategy. So as per the starts, if you'll see, in the month of May, it has generated 8.66%. In the month of June, it has generated 23% ROI. In the month of July, it has generated 8.47% again. And in the month of August, it is going good, 3.49% already in the first week of the August. Okay. But at the same time, if you will see, the drawdown is controlled. In last 4 months, the drawdown is controlled, which is only 3.1% acceptable. And in the 4 months, the returns are pretty good. Okay, almost around 40% return in last 3.5 months. But during the war period, February, March, April was the war period where a lot of bigger gap ups and gap downs we have seen. So because of the war period, overnight erosion was also sometimes more. So continuously, if you see double-digit growth, we have seen in the month of February, March, and April as per the backtested data, 17%, 18%, 16%. So in the 3 months itself, we got more than 50% as per the backtest data. But if you see the drawdown is higher, 8.16%. At what period of time? This is war period. War doesn't happen regularly, right? So during the war period also, the drawdown has not crossed 9%, 8.16, or let's round it up along with the slippage, 9%. So the drawdown has not crossed even 9% along with our overnight position. If you see in one day, so this is the day where 8% loss happened. Okay, February end, where because of the war situation, it was a big gap up or gap down. Similarly, if we go even more behind, November, December, January also, the drawdown was in a controlled way, only 5% drawdown. And the returns are pretty good. 17 plus 4, 21, 28, and around 30% return in these 3 months. And even go little bit more behind, August, September, October of 2021, the drawdown, if you can see, 1.67%, and the return is pretty good, 18,927, then almost 20, around 50% again, 49% again in this 3 months. So overall, the strategy is doing, means the starts are very good, and I'm pretty much hopeful from the strategy, because the strategy is not any kind of new strategy. It is same IVV strategy. We have just added overnight straddles of Nifty and Bank Nifty to capture the overnight erosion. Okay. So that's it about index volatile vaccine and index volatile vaccine positional. Let's start with a couple of questions if you guys have. Okay. So in next 15 minutes of the meeting duration was 1 hour. So in next 15 minutes, we will discuss about the questions, if any. So you can raise your hand and I will request to unmute and you can ask the question one by one. You can also post your question in messages. I'll pick. Okay. So the first raised hand is Mr. Pritish. Okay. Can you please unmute and ask the question, Mr. Pritish?
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
सर एक डाउट था मेरा, जैसे हम लोग का अभी डिप्लॉयमेंट सबसे ऊपर है, तो जैसे ग्रुप्स में बात कर रहे थे कि, या फिर मैंने कहीं सुना था कि जैसे जैसे डिप्लॉयमेंट्स बढ़ता है वैसे वैसे स्ट्रेटेजी का एफिशिएंसी भी घटता जाता है. क्या ये हमारे केस में, मतलब हमारे स्ट्रेटेजी के केस में भी यही सेम है, या फिर ऐसा नहीं होता, ये एक मिथ है?
नहीं, ये मिथ नहीं है, ये मे बी कभी कभी ये होता भी है. अब पॉइंट ये है कि क्यों होता है, मैं और कैसे इसको इंटरप्रेट किया जाए मैं आपको समझाता हूँ. ओके. स्ट्रेटेजी हर 2 महीने अच्छा परफॉर्म करता है, डिप्लॉयमेंट्स बढ़ते हैं. कोई भी स्ट्रेटेजी ऐसे अमर अजर अमर तो है नहीं. स्ट्रेटेजी व्हेनेवर एनी स्ट्रेटेजी इफ यू विल पिक 2-3 मंथ्स के बाद स्ट्रेटेजी का ड्रॉडाउन पीरियड आता ही आता है. ओके. सो पीपल इंटरप्रेट, जब भी ड्रॉडाउन पीरियड आता है तो पीपल इंटरप्रेट की क्योंकि स्ट्रेटेजी में डिप्लॉयमेंट्स काफी बढ़ गए थे 2 महीने के अंदर, सो दैट इज व्हाई द स्ट्रेटेजी इफेक्टिवनेस वेंट डाउन. बट द फैक्ट इज, कोई भी स्ट्रेटेजी में 2-3 महीना अगर कंटिन्यूसली प्रॉफिट होता है तो थोड़ा सा कूल डाउन फेज आता ही आता है. दैट इज ए यूनिवर्सल ट्रूथ. अब इसको अगर यूजर इंटरप्रेट करे और 2 महीना अगर अच्छा परफॉर्म करता है तो डेफिनेटली डिप्लॉयमेंट्स ऑल्सो गो अप. अगर पीपल ड्रॉडाउन को एक्सेप्ट ना करते हुए रीजन दे कि स्ट्रेटेजी का इफेक्टिवनेस घट गया बिकॉज ऑफ द नंबर ऑफ डिप्लॉयमेंट्स, सो इट इज कंप्लीटली अप टू द यूजर्स. सो आप अगर इंडेक्स प्रीमियोमीटर का एग्जांपल देखोगे, फ्रॉम द मंथ ऑफ अगस्त टिल डेट 1 साल से स्ट्रेटेजी लगातार ट्रेंडिंग कर रहा है मार्केट प्लेस में. डिप्लॉयमेंट्स हाई ऑलरेडी है. ओके. फिर भी अगर आप देखोगे अभी तो 300 के ऊपर भी हो गया था, तो 300 के ऊपर डिप्लॉयमेंट इज ए प्रेटी गुड डिप्लॉयमेंट. 35 crores ऑलरेडी एवरी डे in IP amount gets invested. So it is kind of very good amount of figure means capital deployed. तो last 2 weeks before जब लॉस हो रहा था सबने बोल दिया 300 के ऊपर डिप्लॉयमेंट गया, स्ट्रेटेजी का इफेक्टिवनेस घट गया. नथिंग लाइक दैट. लास्ट 1 वीक में स्ट्रेटेजी ने 2-2.5% प्रॉफिट बना के दे दिया है, तब ये डिप्लॉयमेंट फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा था. तो स्ट्रेटेजी को जब ड्रॉडाउन देना होता है वो देगा ही देगा, रिगार्डलेस ऑफ द नंबर ऑफ डिप्लॉयमेंट्स. Couple of people, they just create some bad propaganda, or they interpret in a wrong way that because of the deployments the effectiveness went down, but that is not truth. Okay, so the next question is from Dhananjay ji. Please unmute और पूछिए क्वेश्चन.
सीताराम जी, इंडेक्स वॉलेटाइल वैक्सीन पोजिशनल और इंडेक्स वॉलेटाइल वैक्सीन नॉर्मल, इन दोनों में तो फिर इंडेक्स वॉलेटाइल वैक्सीन को हम रिप्लेस कर दें पोजिशनल के साथ या न करें? मेरे को सिर्फ एक डिफरेंस इसका लाइनर में बता दीजिए ना, क्या है इसमें?
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. तो मैंने लॉजिकल डिफरेंस तो बता दिया है कि जैसे कि वॉलेटाइल वैक्सीन पे 220 या 240 ट्रेड्स होते हैं, इंडेक्स वॉलेटाइल वैक्सीन पोजिशनल पे 480 ट्रेड्स पड़ेंगे. तो 262 अराउंड, मतलब डबल द ट्रेड ऑफ इंडेक्स वॉलेटाइल वैक्सीन. तो किसी किसी को ये पसंद नहीं आएगा कि इतने सारे नंबर ऑफ ट्रेड्स पड़ रहे हैं, तो नंबर ऑफ ट्रेड्स के साथ रिटर्न्स भी तो बढ़ रहे हैं. ठीक है, तो दैट इज वन. अब रिटर्न्स अगर बढ़ रहे हैं तो रिटर्न्स कभी भी बिना रिस्क तो बढ़ेंगे नहीं. तो जहां पे इंडेक्स वॉलेटाइल वैक्सीन का 4 ड्रॉडाउन रहता है, यहाँ पे ड्रॉडाउन 8 to 9%, अप टू 10% मैंने लिख दिया है. 10% ड्रॉडाउन मान के चलो. अब ये 10% ड्रॉडाउन हर किसी को अच्छा नहीं लगेगा. जैसे कि नंबर ऑफ ट्रेड्स बढ़ गया बोल के हर किसी को अच्छा नहीं लगेगा, तो ऐसे 10% ड्रॉडाउन देखना भी किसी को अच्छा नहीं लगेगा. सो इट इज कंप्लीटली अप टू द यूजर कि ये स्ट्रेटेजी में आपका, अब ये यूजर को ड्रॉडाउन भी देना नहीं रहता, ट्रेड्स भी बढ़ना नहीं रहता, पर यूजर बोल देते हैं कि अरे यार रात को ही ओवरनाइट इरोजन काफी हो गया, अब दिन में क्या ही करें. अब ये स्ट्रेटेजी वो वाला पार्ट को भी कवर करता है कि दिन का भी इरोजन लेगा और रात का भी ओवरनाइट इरोजन लेगा. अब कुछ अगर मेरिट मिल रहा है तो इसमें कुछ तो रिस्क और थोड़ा सा बढ़ेगा ना. तो दिस इज हाउ इट वर्क्स कि आईवीवी में एक्स्ट्रा नंबर ऑफ ट्रेड्स पड़ेंगे. आईवीवी पोजिशनल पे, आईवीवी पोजिशनल में एक्स्ट्रा ड्रॉडाउन भी रहेगा, एक्स्ट्रा रिटर्न भी रहेगा. मॉडरेट, इट इज नॉट लो रिस्क स्ट्रेटेजी, इट इज मॉडरेट रिस्क एंड लिटिल बिट हायर रिवार्ड स्ट्रेटेजी. तो अगर आपको ये रिस्क रिवार्ड सूट करता है तो आप डिप्लॉय कर सकते हो आईवीवी को पॉज करके आईवीवी पोजिशनल. अगर ये नहीं करता है आपको, देन स्टिक टू आईवीवी. आईवीवी इज एनीवे इट इज गेटिंग गुड अमाउंट ऑफ प्रॉफिट. तो इट इज मोस्टली इट इज यूजर्स डिसीजन टू डू. ठीक है सर. ओके, सो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज फ्रॉम विनय हेगड़े.
हेलो सर.
यस सर.
सर एक क्वेश्चन था. सो अभी आईवीवी पोजिशनल हम अगर किया तो आईओई का कुछ डिफरेंस पड़ेगा अभी?
सर आईओई क्यों करने की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ेगा ना,
वो कंप्लीटली स्टॉप करना है?
हाँ मतलब रिपीट हो जाएगा ना, मतलब कर तो सकते हो पर वो रिपीट हो जाएगा ना. अब आईवीबी पोजिशनल में तो खाली बैंक निफ्टी ही नहीं, निफ्टी और बैंक निफ्टी दोनों हो जाएगा. इनफैक्ट व्हाट आई वुड से, बहुत लोग मुझे सजेस्ट भी कर रहे थे ग्रुप में, सर आप खाली आईओई इंडेक्स ओवरनाइट अंडर में आप खाली बैंक निफ्टी लेते हो या फिर निफ्टी का लेते हो, निफ्टी और बैंक निफ्टी दोनों क्यों नहीं लेते? तो अगर किसी को अगर चाहिए तो इंडेक्स वॉलेटाइल वैक्सीन पोजिशनल को एज ए ओवरनाइट स्ट्रेटेजी भी यूज कर सकते हैं अगर किसी को चाहिए तो. ठीक है, मतलब स्ट्रेटेजी तो 916 को एग्जिट कर लेगा, फिर अगर चाहिए तो उसको पॉज करके भी आईबीबी लगा सकते हैं या आईपी लगा सकते हैं या कुछ भी स्ट्रेटेजी लगा सकते हैं. तो आईबीबी पोजिशनल को एज ए ओवरनाइट स्ट्रेटेजी भी पॉज और ऑन पॉज करके भी आप दोनों निफ्टी और बैंक निफ्टी में काम कर सकते हो. अब इसमें अगर काम हो रहा है तो इंडेक्स ओवरनाइट अर्नर का कुछ काम नहीं रहेगा. अगर किसी ने आईबीबी पोजिशनल लगाया हुआ है तो इसमें आईबीबी भी हो गया और ओवरनाइट भी हो गया, मतलब दो स्ट्रेटेजी का काम एक स्ट्रेटेजी में हो गया. तो ओवरनाइट अर्नर के चाहिए नहीं, आईबीबी भी आप चाहो तो पॉज कर सकते हो.
सर ये आईवीवी पोजिशनल का सेम कैपिटल रीयूज हो जाएगा ना?
हाँ 3,10,000 में ही हो जाएगा. जो इंट्राडे और ओवरनाइट पोजीशन दोनों वही 3,10,000 में ही हो जाएगा.
तो ओनली परख के तो डेली एमटीएम का लॉस 5,500 से 7,500 रिस्क है.
हाँ रिस्क तो है, थोड़ा सा रिस्क बढ़ेगा, क्योंकि ओवरनाइट का हम कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते ना। कल मंडे को 4% डाउन, गैप डाउन खुल तो सकते हैं ना, मतलब रेयर केस सिनेरियो है, पर हो तो सकते हैं ना। तो ओवरनाइट का हम ज्यादा कुछ कर नहीं सकते, तो इसमें रिस्क तो है, पर ये रिस्क आता है ईयरली वंस या ट्वाइस। डेली के डेली आपको ओवरनाइट इरोजन कुछ ना कुछ मिलते रहेंगे।
सो आपका सजेशन क्या होगा सर, क्योंकि मेरा अभी आईपी चल रहा है और आईवीवी चल रहा है, तो आपका सजेशन क्या होगा इसमें?
देखिए मैं आपको सजेशन दूंगा, और आप अगर ओवरनाइट एक दिन, मान लो कि एक दिन 8% या 10%, 8% अराउंड लॉस हो गया और आप उसको देख नहीं सकते, हाउ आई कैन जज योर रिस्क कैपेसिटी? देखो मेरा रिस्क कैपेसिटी, मैं आपको मेरा पोजीशन दिखा दूंगा। एनीवे मेरा डिप्लॉयमेंट थोड़ा ज्यादा है, तो मैं दोनों को एकोमोडेट कर देता हूँ। अब इट इज कंप्लीटली यूजर्स चॉइस। मैंने इंडेक्स वोलेटाइल वैक्सीन पोजिशनल भी लगाया हुआ है और इंडेक्स वोलेटाइल वैक्सीन भी लगा हुआ है। आप अगर देखोगे तो मेरा इंडेक्स वोलेटाइल वैक्सीन पे लगाया हुआ है ऑलरेडी, ठीक है। और मेरा आईओई जो 5x या 6x में कुछ चल रहा था, मैं उसको 1x कर दिया हूँ। 1x क्यों किया हूँ? क्योंकि ऑलरेडी मेरा ओवरनाइट हो गया यहाँ पे, इंडेक्स वोलेटाइल वैक्सीन पोजिशनल पे ऑलरेडी 6x मेरा चल रहा है, तो उसको मैं खत्म कर दिया हूँ।
ठीक है सर, ठीक है।
ठीक है, तो ये थोड़ा सा आपको चॉइस करना पड़ेगा कि आपके हिसाब से क्या अच्छा रहेगा। ओके
ओके सर, थैंक यू।
हाँ, if I deploy IVVP in Finvisia, does it require any additional margin? No sir, it doesn't require any additional margin. Same 3.1 lakh capital can be reused. Awesome session, loved it. Okay, keep it. Thank you, Natam Lokesh. Thank you, sir. Okay, so I don't think any other question left. So nobody has raised much question hand today. I think people are pretty happy with the explanation. That's what I consider as a compliment. So thanks everyone for joining this session, and I will upload the video in YouTube also. कुछ भी अगर डाउट होता है ये वीडियो देखने के बाद भी, you can ask the question in our Telegram group also. Thanks and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.